They shouldn't have given you ashy blokes YouTube.
Cursed be the ground, for our sake. Both thorns and thistles it shall bring forth for us. For out of the ground we were taken, for the dust we are. And to the dust we shall return.
I'm done. I'm done with life, and it's all Jermaine's fault. It's always Jermaine's fault. I'm done.
All right, you good people. I'm here punching the clock, so here we are. Um, Basically, this should be fun. Even though when I first heard it, man, I wasn't too happy. You know, well, I was a little bit upset, but in fact, on Arts last night, I was a little bit more upset. But I think I've kind of calmed down, and I can actually do this show. And I said, "What am I going to do the show about?" I said, let's pull this one out, man. This has been going around, and I wish it was. I wish I could say this was actually atypical of black women overseas, but it's not. I wish I could say that. Anyhow, Roddy, what's going on? Roddy's number one. Adric is on number two. Joe's batting third. Laris is batting cleanup this time. Okay. Scorpion, what's going on? Eddie, what's happening? AL, what's up? Savant, Paul. Whiskey Tango Foxtrot is wrong. What is wrong with this person? They said she's not on her meds. That's what she says. I'm listening. What's happening? Independent POV, what's happening? Turtle Bitcoin, what's happening, man? What's going on with Bitcoin, man? Basically, the Chinese and Americans are fighting over it. Snowman, what's up? Okay, but still reporting for class. All right, Snowman, what's happening? Saint Cyr, what's going on? John Smith, what's happening? Play Perry, what's happening? Mr. Shug to you. The Black Toxic Masculinist, what's going on, man? Matt, Seaboy, what's up? When you hear the music, you know it's going to be a great show. I heard that. Jamel, what's going on? Oh, we finally got to catch one. Okay, cool. So why on a God green earth would you go to a place like Pakistan? He Too movement is in a full effect over there. That's true. They don't know that, man. What's going on, Big Trick? Little Leon, what's happening? Oh, Lord, the Middle East does not even know what to do with the Western hyena. They're trying to put it back on the plane and send it back to where she came from. Mr. Donnie Mack, what's happening? Inspired Truth, what's going on? Supreme Pivot, what's happening? Horowitz, what's going on? Educated Tyrone, what's up? Mr. Donnie Mack, Pragmatic Prime. What's going on, Don Calypso? Thumbs up this button to your left. Yep. Quentin, what's going on? Michael, what's happening? Shawnee B, what's happening? Kangaroo. The Gift, what's happening? Hurricane Greg. There's Woo Man Charles. Educated Tyrone, what's happening? Walter King, what's happening? Rocky, what's up? Lee said Pakistani guy saw her in person, didn't want her, and his parents would have never allowed him to marry her. Yep, that's pretty much what happened. JT, what's happening? Deron, what's going on? Michael Turner, what's happening? Jay Strokes, and Rocky and Compassionate, what's happening? I'm sure Compassionate has probably made a few cuts out of this one. Our Jizzle, what's up? All right. Let's go ahead and get the party started. Let's see, where's my history at? This one I like. This one was Countess Vaughn during a That's Countess Bond doing a short, doing a spoof.
I need 20,000 at the end of the day for my lipo. Okay? 20,000. 30,000.
Come here, please come here. Come. Please sit down.
Be quiet. I'm not sitting down.
Please have a seat.
My plan is to reconstruct this whole country, okay? I'm asking for 100K or more. I need 20K by this week, okay? In my pocket, in cash, okay? That's a demand to the government. The government is gonna fix up these buildings, fix up the streets, and clean up these streets. It's ridiculous out here. I do not like it. Okay?
I need.
Now that it's hard to tell the difference between the comedian and the real person at this point, right? Because I don't know. I think black women like being caricatures. They like to be in the character in their own little movie or little spoof. I think that's what social media does for them. And it's starting to get, one thing if it's here, okay, because we're used to them being here. It's another thing if they take this crap overseas, okay, and to another country, and then get on social media and act an ass, okay, and then we become the laughing stock of the whole planet, and we're so used to it. We think it's funny. We really do. We think it's funny. We just we came into somebody else's country, somebody else and peed all over the carpet, and then we think it's funny, and we're sitting back here laughing at her. Which, in a sense, it's humorous. If it wasn't so sad, it would be humorous. If it wasn't, it was actually a joke, a spoof, I could have understood. But this is actually real, and this is not the first time. I proclaim this land as Keisha-stan. The thing is, if it was the first time, it would be, I wouldn't mind. But the thing is, it's not the first time. But I decided to do it is because Passport OG actually did a video on it. So I'm going to present that one next. And it's a little bit more of the story. No, it's not a joke. Okay. It's hard to tell if she lost her mind or not. It's because so many of these black women act like this. So many of the black women act like this. That's why it's hard to tell whether it's a joke or not. And even though that it's funny, that's a joke, we see this as normal because they act like this in real life to us. Okay? I said drama suspenses reality. Yeah, suspends reality. Yes, it does. And what did I say about the masochistic personality or emotional personality of black women? They love drama, right? They live in drama, and they're always the perpetual victim, no matter where they go.
But listen, he talked too much. That's it.
Yes, that's it. Yes, I'm saying. ये भी देखिए यही मेरी बात की तारीफ कर रही है.
You talk too much.
Okay.
We don't know.
Now, the thing is, if we had not seen this in real life, in our own lives, with our own women, this would be unusual. But this is very, very common behavior for black women. Okay? They say she might be crazy, but guess what? She's acting in character.
What you saying?
An American woman has gone viral for refusing to leave Pakistan after her plans to marry a 19-year-old she met online fell through. 33-year-old Onija Andrew Robinson traveled to Pakistan in October, hoping to marry Nidal Ahmed Mamoon, but his family ghosted her. Her tourist visa has now expired, but Robinson's refusing to go home, claiming she needs $100,000 to rebuild the country and has demanded $20,000 in cash by the end of this week. The Pakistani government has now placed Robinson in a psychiatry department for a mental health examination. Her son has also labeled her mentally unstable amid his own efforts to bring her
I have to admit that as an Xer in my 40s, there are days that I wake up and open up the internet and social media, and I simply shake my head and say, what in the world kind of trick bag have we gotten ourselves into?
My name is Onija Robinson. I would like for you guys to book my ticket back to New York. Money is short right now, and I would appreciate it. Thank you. My husband will be picking me up from here. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Bye. Bye. Thank you. Thank you. God bless. Thank you.
It's very easy to underestimate the impact that American culture has had on the rest of the world until you look at a simple picture like this, where this young...
Look, she got her phone in her hand. She's eating McDonald's. Okay, she's overweight. She's eating McDonald's, and she's in character, right? This is common.
Lady is doing something in Pakistan. I'm not exactly sure what, but she's able to go to a McDonald's, get 2 large drinks, 2 orders of fries, a Big Mac, just like she were if she were back in her home city of New York City. This is an illustration of how much the world has become like America. But it's very important for us to understand, just because there are parts of the world that are mimicking America, still doesn't mean the world has become America yet. Even as this young lady appears to be playing some kind of social media game with the world that she would be playing back home.
I don't live here. I'm chilling.
You chilling here? Why are you not taking your flight?
It's none of your business. Now go home. What's my plan? Is to shield this place down and to make it a home. Right now, I'm going to mind my business. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Clear the way. Okay. Listen, I hope he's saying the right things, okay? Like I said, Pakistan needs to be reconstructed the right way. Do you hear me, guys?
From my perspective,
doesn't it sound like the typical black woman? I mean, how many panels have we heard with black women talking this way? How many times have they come up on Kevin Samuel's show talking this way, or in Kendra G's show talking this way? Okay, like they're in charge, but a victim at the same time. I said, Dami King says she took the East Coast to the Eastland. Looks like they're going to learn about the New York women today. It's barely February. How much damage can they do before the end of the year? Very true. Behold the modern day hyena B-Dub, offended by everything, ashamed of nothing. Exactly.
I see 3 particular points to this story that are not just representative of her, but representative of Western culture. The first, of course, is that this is a young lady who feels very comfortable acting any way she chooses to, not just in America, but anywhere she goes in the world. And for the guys in Pakistan, this is comedy. Because first, they're not threatened by her, but second, they can't imagine a woman probably acting this way. And yet she is in their country making demands as if they owe her.
Make sure y'all get this on your camera. I'm married to Nidel Hamid. I'm Onija Hamid. We are moving to Dubai very soon. We're going to have our baby in Dubai, okay?
The second thing that's pretty obvious is how strongly the family is centered around the emotions of the woman in the West. She is in a different country, essentially telling the husband when they're going to have a child, where they're going to live, all of these things being decided because that's what she wants.
Yeah, that's what she wants, and this is very common, right? This is the gynocracy imposing itself on another country.
Without even confronting or even discussing it with her future husband. This is par for the course for the West. If she's unhappy, she leaves. If she gets bored, she leaves. If she wants to do something else, open a new Eat, Pray, Love chapter of her family, she leaves. And that attitude is being reflected here. Very loose ties that bind the nuclear family in the West.
I have my son, Jeremiah Robinson, Sire Pitt. His father is William Pitt. Jeremiah's father is Louis Thomas. They will be rich. The Irene family, Kiki, and Lika, the rest of my family also.
The last and perhaps most...
She has no shame, man. There's no shame, not even a little bit of shame, okay? And this is very common, unfortunately. They have no shame. They have no shame. And what I'm seeing on the web, the women... The black women have not come out and said anything about her, okay? To them, this is comedy. They're laughing just like the Pakistani men are.
Most glaring thing that jumps out to me watching this is how unseriously not just this woman, but we in the West take our lives. We are very comfortable in the West, but she goes to a country where the average person is making $300 US a month, and she's asking for not a modest amount in their terms, but for a large amount in our terms. $20,000 is more than 4 or 5 years worth of work for the average family. And this is a young lady who comes off the plane to their country and says, give me this large sum of money because I'm me. That's right, we don't take our lives very seriously. because our lives are still relatively easy compared to everyone else.
Please understand, this city will be reconstructed. It will be fixed up right away. I'm asking the government for $100K in my pockets so I can do real estate. My husband will own it in Karachi. We will not live here, but we will get this job done right away. I'm asking for $20K right away in my pockets at the end of this week. That's all, folks, for today. That's it. He has nothing else to say.
Look at all the microphones listening to this comedy. Okay, this is embarrassing. All these men are surrounding her, listening to her cackle. Okay, and laughing.
Goodbye. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam.
Thank you.
My dear American
Listen,
sister.
I'm from Pakistan. Respect to the law.
Okay.
Respect for the law.
Okay.
Respect to Allah. And
Okay.
respect to God. Do you hear me? I'm not talking unless y'all giving me land and 2,000 or more every week. You hear me?
Okay.
I'm getting my Pakistani passport and Pakistani ID.
You have Pakistani ID?
I'm getting it. Do y'all agree?
Nidal
Not
Ahmed even
agree.
your friend?
Mind your business.
Nidal
Not
Ahmed even
agree.
your friend?
Mind your business.
Mind your business. Mind your business.
Right now, I'm going to mind my business. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Clear the way.
The American woman that refuses to leave Pakistan because she cannot marry the teenage boy she met online, yet somehow became an international celebrity, has taught me that confidence, audacity, and just a little bit of delusion goes a long way.
I'm not going
See, they're not embarrassed. Okay, they're not embarrassed. She's not embarrassed. She actually kind of low key looks up to her. The family advised the young man wisely imagine a lifetime of headache and hardship he has avoided by the vetting of the family. Yeah, they saw her coming. They saw her coming.
to deride this particular content creator too hard because she is relatively fair in calling balls and strikes. She does use the word sit-in and she's almost championing her obstinance. But if you look at a good number of content creators, particularly black women speaking on this situation, they are celebrating this young lady's behavior.
Yes, they are.
And
they're celebrating her behavior. They're not ashamed. Okay, this is entertainment to them.
I think that's dangerous. And it's dangerous for several reasons. One of them, of course, is simply she is breaking social norms, if not the law, in a way that may not be cute to everybody. And she is getting a level of grace that, quite simply put, black men can't even fathom. And yet, still, it remains entertainment.
It all started when 33-year-old Onijah Andrew Robinson flew to Karachi, Pakistan last October with a mission to marry a 19-year-old boy she met online. The boy's family did not approve of him getting married to Onijah. However, one thing about this lady is that she does not accept no for an answer.
See, she does not accept no for an answer, okay? Now, this is funny, then embarrassing, now downright shameful. Black women have no shame, got the community looking foolish. And to them, this is empowerment to them. I wish they would say that it's foolish and embarrassing, but they don't. Black women don't see it that way.
Because even after the boy's family left their house and left it vacant, she staged a sit-in and just sat outside of his home, wandered around, I guess waiting on the family to come back, but I guess they never did. She was stranded there for several days with her tourist visa expiring in the process, and at that point she was just wandering around Karachi with no place to go. However, eventually her story was picked up by the local news and people did raise money for her to go back home, but she refuses to do that. In fact, now she's made it her mission to fix up Pakistan.
What are you doing here?
Listen,
Yes. What are you doing here?
I don't live here. I'm chilling.
You chilling here? Why are you not taking your flight?
It's none of your business. Now go home. I hope he's saying the right things, okay? Like I said, Pakistan needs to be reconstructed the right way.
The right
Do you
way?
hear me, guys? Make sure y'all get this on your camera. I'm married to Nidal Hamid. I'm Onijah Hamid. We are moving to Dubai very soon. We're going to have our baby in Dubai. My plan is to reconstruct this whole country, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Hope to God she's not pregnant.
Asking for $100K or more.
100
I need $20K by this week.
by this week.
Okay, in my pocket.
In her pocket.
Cash. Okay, that's a demand to the government. The government is gonna fix up these buildings, fix up the streets.
On the double.
And clean up these streets. It's ridiculous out here. I do not like it. Here. Take it.
What are you doing here?
Take
This
it.
is not your place.
I'm not talking unless y'all giving me land and 2,000 or more.
What's killing me is that in every clip I see, she's asking for a different amount of money, and she's getting the money, y'all. She's getting the back.
She's getting the money. In other words, she thinks that she's getting the money, okay? In other words, she's audacious enough to actually ask for it and get it. That's a black woman's dream. Okay. Of all the hostages ISIS and Hamas ever took, how they missed this mastodon. If black men did what this black woman was doing, the UN would probably mobilize within an hour. They probably would. Oh, they'd have thrown him back on the plane. You know, hog tied.
Bag. That's the thing. Because the men there are showering her in rupees. I've even heard she's gotten a few marriage proposals but keeps turning them down. Now, Onijah's son has since come out and said that his mother does suffer from mental health issues, specifically bipolar disorder, and that she was only supposed to go to Pakistan to meet Memon and his family.
Here. Take it.
What are you doing here?
Take
This
it.
is not your place.
At the end of this TikTok, what I found troubling is that the young lady referred to the fact that she's being showered with gifts and rupees and that she has a variety of male suitors. And it is almost as if there's something to be celebrated here. And as a side note, she spoke of the bipolar issue, but let's think about it. There's not a very large group of people that are going to get grace in this situation, especially when you're in a country where the average person makes $300 in a month. And that's what most Americans
That's very true.
spend on going out to eat in a week. They make that in a day or two. And yet someone from America is going to their country saying, I'm going to fix your country up because it's not quite to my liking. And by the way, I'm claiming a man who was raised by parents who are looking to marry their son into a family that is onerous and noteworthy. And instead of respecting that, it's just, nope, I'm here because I'm here to collect on what I'm owed and y'all supposed to give me something. That's a very dangerous game to play for American women. Because remember, you're going somewhere where men have worked very hard to create what they have created. It may not be to your liking, but it's their country. And this is a very dangerous game to play, not just for that reason, but because those women don't want to see their women turned into this. Delusional, unrespecting of family and boundaries, and essentially saying that the country that you've built here is not good enough for us, and you need to fix it, or I'm going to find a way to not just fix it myself, but dishonor you in the process. Be careful, American women, when you're going overseas, because all of these games aren't games. And when you get to other people's countries, remember, sometimes it's a game to you, and it's real life to them. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment below. I'll catch you in the next video. Take care, guys.
That was Passport OG. Like I said, even the woman in the TikTok, right, that he played, and he said she was probably one of the more fairer or more balanced of the respondents of black women. Black women love this kind of crap. Okay. That's how come Angel Reese is getting all this pub by showing her behind, okay? Black women love drama, and they don't care where they take that drama. Now, passport bros can't even go over and chill and mind their own business without getting a bad rap. Without getting a bad rap. And black women can come over, show their ass, and come back like it's nothing. Why? Because they're black women. Okay, well, I'm me. And basically, and if you can't adjust to me, then this is a weak country, and y'all need to change things. In other words, we come in here to change stuff. Is because in our society, we run things. In the black community, they run things. And when you get outside of the United States, they show you that they believe that they run things. Yeah. Keisha was trying to marry a 19. Now the thing is that with her going over trying to marry a 19-year-old, none of the black women said anything about that. They didn't say she should have been ashamed of her. Had that been a black man, a black passport bro, going overseas to marry a 19-year-old woman in a foreign country, they'd have been all kinds of upset, called them predators and child molesters, all kind of stuff, right? They didn't, okay? But it's okay for a black woman to fly over with no money to Pakistan to meet a guy and then refuse to leave. And guess what? The Pakistanis gathered up enough money to put her back on the plane and send her back home, and she refuses to go. Like I said, you cannot make this stuff up. I know she's not crazy enough to mock their religion. She probably is Muslim, and from what I heard from black Muslims, this is very common. See, there's another one that I'm gonna check out and play, and this is the one I found from I think it was from Fox in Houston. And this gives you a few more details. Gives you a few more details. Paul Wilson says, I think Mala Yusuf, as far as I remember her, anyone? I don't remember her. I don't remember her. Is this just me or anyone else getting a Batman villain vibes? Should she go to Arkham, Bel Rev, Blackgate, or the Phantom Zone? I put her in the Phantom Zone. Yeah, she should be part of the Suicide Squad. She'd be a good one. This one is from Fox in Houston. And it gives you a few more details about her, but he always does. You know, he likes BFF, so he's always in on stuff like this. You can get a wife in Pakistan for $7 grand. If you want to marry a degenerate, you can get a wife free here in the United States. But she's gonna be a Keishan, okay? And you're gonna have to play Pookie. If you want to play Pookie, you can get a wife free.
The Factor Uncensored, trending right now, tonight. You may have seen this woman on your timeline. I did. Onijah Andrew Robinson. She's currently in Pakistan and gone viral for not only refusing to pack her bags and head back home, but also for standing on business about money from their government.
What's the problem? What's the reason?
Go home.
What do you need right now?
My feet is swollen. I need $5,000 a week.
You need 5,000 a week? Who's give you 5,000?
And it was 2,000. Now it's 5,000.
All are poor people.
Y'all better figure it out.
All are poor people. They are not the rich people.
Ask the government.
A lot of people have questions about her and what she's going through in Pakistan. Factor digital producer Ajibola Budaran is here to help fill in the blanks. Aji, what do we have here?
Well, first,
give us the beginning of the story.
Yes, okay. So this all started with Onijah. She had met a young man. So Onijah's 33. She met a 19-year-old from Pakistan online, and they started talking romantically. But what the guy didn't know was that she was actually catfishing and pretending to be a blonde woman. And she decided to travel to Pakistan to meet her husband.
She's pretending to be a blonde woman. Okay.
When she got there, this wasn't who he was expecting. So he at first he was like, oh, who is this person? This is not who I married. This is not the woman I married. But then he thought, well, maybe I can get a passport, get to America. And his family shut it down completely. And they ended up locking their doors and disappearing. Nobody in the neighborhood knows.
You can't see anything. Okay, hold on. Let me share it again. I don't know why y'all can't see anything. I'm looking right at it. Hold on. I'll share it again. Can you see something? Can you see it now? Can everybody see it now? Okay. All right. Start it over.
To pack her bags and head back home, but also for standing on business about money from their government.
And see, Horace says it's not catfishing, it's largemouth bassing. Okay, she catfished as a blonde woman.
What's the problem? What's the reason?
Go home.
What do you need right now?
My feet is swollen. I need $5,000 a week.
You need 5,000 a week? Who's give you 5,000? There's all are poor people.
Y'all better figure it out.
All are poor people. They are not the rich people.
Ask the government.
A lot of people have questions about her and what she's going through in Pakistan. Factor digital producer Ajibola Budaran is here to help fill in the blanks. Listen, what do we have here?
Well, first,
give us the beginning of the story.
Okay. So this all started with Onija. She had met a young man. So Onija's 33. She met a 19-year-old from Pakistan online, and they started talking romantically. But what the guy didn't know was that she was actually catfishing and pretending to be a blonde woman. So they got married online.
And nobody actually brought that out, that she was pretending to be a blonde woman.
Decided to travel to Pakistan to meet her husband, and when she got there, this wasn't who he was expecting. So he at first he was like, oh, who is this person? This is not who I married. This is not the woman I married. But then he thought, well, maybe I can get a passport, get to America, and his family shut it down completely, and they ended up locking their doors and disappearing. Nobody in the neighborhood knows where they are, and that's when the story with Onija starts, because now she's in this neighborhood in Pakistan.
Yeah.
Everybody's wondering what she's doing here.
What she's doing there? She's standing out there waiting on him. Okay, yeah. Well, she's not wrapped too tight, and that's obvious. But the thing is that black women here are actually encouraging her.
She didn't want to speak to anybody initially, and then she would just kind of say, I'm looking for my husband, I'm not leaving until I get my husband, I'm not leaving until I get my husband. And then more people who were like humanitarians and people from the neighborhood became interested in the story and asking her, and she kind of became a celebrity to the point where you finally start seeing her having demands from the government.
And I saw her in a bank, in front of a bank of microphones. So
yes,
the media is really turning out covering this.
Yes, so it started out with people trying to help her. So people were trying to help her get plane tickets and just resources that she needed because she was stranded out there. But eventually, this area of Pakistan that she was in is not a very popular area. It's not a very metropolitan area. It's pretty small. So,
and they're saying we're not wealthy here either.
Yeah, exactly. So they're not used to this type of attention. So having a woman from America is already one thing, but having this kind of eccentric woman with all these demands and this crazy story and being stranded, it just became a whole media circus out there.
Now, we heard, really quick though, there's an update that's breaking news.
So actually, reports are that she's actually on her way back to the United States right now on a flight after being out there for the extended period of time she was out there. So that is good, but up until that point, she had actually rejected multiple people attempting to buy her flights to get back to the United States. So she had a whole adventure out there in Pakistan while she was there.
And of course, we don't know that if this is true, but her son said something that would give us pause and concern about her welfare.
Yes. So her son actually made a video saying that his mother suffered from mental health crises and that she was not currently on her medication that she needed. So that might have, been part of the reason why she was making the demands that she was making, or having some of the mannerisms that she had. And even while she was in Pakistan, they actually one of the days took her to a facility to get her mental evaluated. But she was released from that hospital at that point. But I mean, we do know that there may be some mental health problems in this case.
And that's according to her son. We're glad she's coming back to America, and if there's something that she needs, hopefully she'll get it here. Ajibola Budaran, thank you for joining us here on the Factor Uncensored Fox 26 web team. And welcome back to the...
Yep. Can I make this shit up? You cannot make this shit up. Okay? The thing is, what bothers me is not that some crazy black chick's gonna fly to Pakistan and pull some crap like this, okay? The thing is that black women actually cheering this, okay? Like, okay, that she had the balls or the ovaries to go out there and demand money and show her ass and not be shamed. Like they called it her standing on business. Not that, that we should help her get back and we should make sure that she gets help. No, none of the black women are actually saying that. They love this kind of stuff. They love this Megan Thee Stallion, Cardi B, bodacious whole culture that they've created. And this is what irritates me, man, because as black men, black men are traveling. Black men are going all over the world, right? And black women are doing their damnness to actually pee all over the carpet and ruin black people's reputation so that we can't go anywhere. And the first thing the men are going to do is say, how in the world do you guys raise your women to be that way? And we don't want this kind of influence coming to our country. Some of this stuff is starting to pop up in Thailand. Now, white guys have been going there tricking for eons, okay? For eons. They've been going there buying hookers and for decades, buying hookers, buying hoes in Thailand. Nobody says anything, right? But black men show up, and then Keisha shows up trying to pee all over the carpet. Now it's an issue. And now this chick on social media, knowing that she's not blind, okay? catfishing this 19-year-old dude, and then flying to Pakistan like you can actually make him be with you, and then demand that he's with you, and then stay there, refuse to leave. And fortunately for her, it was funny. Fortunately for her, it was funny. Fortunately for her, they were having a good time. Everybody got in on a joke. Everybody looked at this crazy black woman from America doing crazy stuff and put it all over the media. We actually brought attention to Pakistan and probably to that city. That's probably why they did it. She was like a celebrity almost. And all these black women are cheering her on. It's not the first time black women have gone over and shown their behind. They've done it in Dubai. There's one chick that did it in Italy. There's one chick that did it in Greece. Okay. There's chicks that have gone to Tanzania and done this kind of crap. There's a couple chicks that I've shown in Ghana that gone over there and showed their behinds. And the thing is, at some point, and what black men have always are already tired of this kind of crap, right? We're already tired. And black women have not learned their lesson, and they always blame us like we're the problem. Like we're the problem. The only good thing about this is basically what it does show is that who and where the real problem is in black America. They already had a bad reputation. It just makes it worse. The only thing I don't like is that it reflects upon us. And what I don't like is black men kikiing about this stuff. She's an embarrassment to the whole entire community, and nobody's saying anything. You go, it's one, like I said, it's one thing if you stay here and you do it, right, in the United States, okay, it's expected. You stay in New York, New Jersey, that's typical New York female behavior. Anybody can tell you that is typical New York female behavior. But to go someplace else, 6,000-7,000 miles away and do the same crap, okay, in front of cameras and have no shame, come on. It's not funny. It's embarrassing. When it's black women, they represent all of us. When it's black men, it's only yep. The B-dubs literally don't have a clue about reality in the world. It's all a game until it's not. Trump is angry than the planet, and the backlash is coming. There's no money, man, and this is something that I might play it tomorrow. A portion of it. Something that I think he's called the middle nation. That's something that he said. Okay, we can blame stuff on Trump. Okay, Trump, even though it doesn't look like he's trying to repair as much as he can, even though it doesn't look like it, it seems like it's a radical response to what's going on. But the thing is. The Biden administration did so much damage to the United States, its reputation, and the financials, that he's got to go overboard to try to repair stuff. There is no more money, okay? And basically, the Treasury says there is no more money. That's how come they're cutting. There is no more money. And the B-dubs, if you're lucky to get Section 8 welfare, whatever you're getting from the government, you better kiss it and hold on to it. Because there is no more money. White women are not getting any more money. So you know what's going to happen to them. Anyhow, there's one more that I'm going to play real quick. Say, sorry, BGS, most black folks don't care about her and this. Black people sleeping on pea-stained carpets every day. We're not well as a people. No, we're not. And that's the problem that I'm having with this. We're not ashamed of it because this is so common. The escape velocity of a wicked combo of WAP and no voting, no fucking, get the booty to the polls. Yeah, we have no shame, no coof, no. And the thing, the Democratic Party embraced some of this crap, man. They embraced this. They embraced the tangle pathology. My education is on notice. They're teaching kids degeneracy anyway. I think what's happening is since the President of the United States has an enormous power over the Department of Education as far as executive orders, is giving permission of a lot of school systems to actually get rid of the junk that's been imposed upon them. Like I think it was Louisiana, they brought their test scores up just by doing what? Getting rid of the Common Core curriculum and going back to the old way, back to the way they knew that worked. Okay, they within 1 or 2 years they raised the scores up by trashing that newfangled Common Core education. Just by doing that. And what I think what Trump's going to do is not get rid of the Department of Education, because you really don't have to do that. All you have to do is change its direction. And I think Trump is willing to actually change the direction of these of this education, because a lot of teachers know this shit doesn't work. Said no more money in DEI, and passport bros will be working in cloud, having a lovely life abroad. We have one black man. This is our time. The thing is, Theo, the issue is that one thing, one every dark cloud has a silver lining, right? Okay. The dark cloud is America is not going to be what America was. The silver lining is they have to put the best and brightest in place, no matter what color they are, okay, no matter what sex they are, is because you have to compete. If you got to try to win a championship, you're not going to put 4 or 5 scrubs on the floor. Everybody's got to be able to play. It doesn't matter what you look like, you got to be a player. So all those soy boy white boys that get white bread jobs, okay, they're going to have issues, okay? All them women with DEI hires that don't know what the hell they're doing, there's going to be issues, okay? You're going to have to go back and like it or not, which is merit-based. That means black men, you're going to have to get off your ass and work. Or get off your ass and learn. You're going to have to pick up a book, because it cuts both ways. Not only will you get an opportunity, but things you're going to have to be better. You can't be average, okay? The same rules apply, right? You got to be twice as good. The thing is, if you are twice as good, you're going to get that shot, because they're going to need you. Anyway, this is another thing. This is from Shay Sharday, and she kind of encapsulated some things that I wanted to show. And she did a show called Homeless by Choice, okay? Can you guys see this? I'll make sure before I even start playing it. Can you guys see this? Can you guys see this? Y'all can't see it? Okay. Oh, what is going on with StreamYard today? All right. Stop the screen. Let's share it again. And share screen. All right. Can you see it now? Put a 1 if you can see it. All right. Come on, StreamYards. I pay my bill every month. Come on now. All right. Here we go. This is Shay Sharday. Give her a like. Black women are homeless by choice. Okay. Like I said, they have no shame.
I get ready for work at the gym. A lot of people don't understand why somebody would choose to be homeless, and honestly, rent was kicking my... I was paying $2,000 in household bills, and now I pay $20 for my gym membership, and this is where I sleep. When I left my apartment, I thought I'd be living in my car rent-free. The day I moved out, my car completely shut down, but it was too late to go back. I slept in that car so many nights without air and heat until one day I just couldn't take it. I told my manager I was living in a broke down car, and now I sleep at work.
She sleep at work. In other words, her manager gave her grace.
When I tell people I'm homeless, they imagine me digging in dumpsters like this looking for food. I chose to be homeless because I'm tired of paying bills and I need to save some money. They didn't want to give me food stamps, so I'm out here living rent-free, eating ribs.
She living rent-free, eating ribs, right? In other words, she instead of saving her money so she can get a place, she get back on her feet, guess what she's doing?
I said I was homeless, never said I was broke. I get my packages sent to a pickup location and go pick it up from there. I'm homeless, and this is how I date. I shower and get ready at the gym.
Now she's dating, okay? She's going out on a date. Full face of makeup, curling her hair, and she's homeless, right? I could do bad all by myself. Yeah, they do bad all by themselves. Maybe that's a good thing.
And then I take my stuff to storage since it's not that far. I Uber to and from the date, even though they usually ask to come and pick me up. I don't mention being homeless until the second or third date, but it hasn't been an issue so far.
I don't mention I'm homeless to the second or third date, okay?
If you have a problem with me dating, just remember I'm homeless by choice, and unlike you, I don't have any rent to pay.
I'm homeless by choice, and unlike you, I don't have any rent to pay. She's not ashamed of being homeless, okay? She's proud of it.
Black women have mastered the art of rebranding. We will turn anything into a flex and make it a stylish thing to do. Take, for example, being a single mother. That used to be associated with shame, guilt, and misdeeds. But now ladies brag about their single motherhood, defend it as a normal part of living, and they even do interviews about it. And insult those who shame single mothers. And for decades, Black women have been single by choice, focusing on their career, self-discovery, and their own personal dreams over the tyranny of traditional families, relationships, and long-term commitment to men. And now Black women are homeless by choice. And now this is not a shameful thing. This is yet another progression of Black female ingenuity and their ability to rebrand. The ability Black women have to make lemonade out of lemons. Now, some aren't as happy about the progression or degression, however you look at it, and admit that being homeless is hard, sad, and lonely.
We're in America. America don't give a about us. America ain't paying like that. Last statistic I saw was like roughly 20% of Americans are homeless. You know what I mean? I'm trying to hide it. There's a lot of shame around it. Even me talking about being homeless, I don't want to talk about that shit.
But there are plenty who are taking their homeless journey online and sharing how homelessness, car living...
In other words, they're not ashamed of it. There is no shame, okay? Proud of my SSA. Oh, proud of my ass. She'll be begging by the third date. She might be already. The thing is, she get a free meal if she dates, right? And she might get a free warm bed to sleep in for the night if she wants to be a belly warmer, right?
Or van life is the kind of lifestyle they chose and the kind of lifestyle they are loving. As is the case of the female content creator, the Chanel Show 14, she's open about her homeless adventures and is quick to remind people that her homelessness was a choice, as it gives her the freedom to save, live rent-free, and eat ribs. Her manager allows her a place to stay free of rent, and she is using that to her advantage, as she is stocking up on cash. But it doesn't stop with single women. There are also single mothers who are enjoying the van life, or rent-free living. Some see this as an adventure and an opportunity to travel for a living.
So I live in a van with my toddler as a single mother, and this is what it's really like. This is the honest truth. Sometimes you honestly don't know where you're going to sleep at night, and you might find yourself at a Walmart or Cracker Barrel parking lot. Limited space.
Yes, and they think that there is nobility in this behavior, way to shit on people before who sacrificed to be able to build and grow out of slavery. Yep. In other words, what did she say? Black women always find a way to turn anything into a flex, right?
Space in my van means that I have to trade off some amenities, a shower, and a bathroom. Life is full of trade-offs, and van life is no exception. When the weather doesn't cooperate, it is definitely not ideal for a family of two to be stuck inside a tiny van. You can manage for a day, but anything much more than that, you're asking for trouble. Be ready for a breakdown. I have a 1998 Dodge Ram van. I started thinking of mechanical breakdowns as a time to relax rather than a source of stress. Make sure to plan to take it slow. Everything takes longer with a baby on board. Add an extra 45 minutes to 3 hours of driving, and pretty much everything else in between. Van life isn't for everyone, but I definitely love this lifestyle. I'm still on a hunt for a new van, so if this is something you're interested in doing with your kids, don't worry, I got you covered. I have a $5 ebook on getting started with van life as a single mother. Make sure to check it out and follow for more van life realities.
And now they're selling this to other women. Van life as a single mother.
Now, the most fascinating thing about these trends is the amount of social support these ladies get. And that does not stop them from enjoying a vibrant dating life. Notice again Chanel Show 14 and her getting ready for date videos. It hasn't seemed to hinder her love life one bit, and she's actively in the dating market while she goes through this phase of life. And while some may look at this with a bit of scrutiny, it's safe to say many of these ladies are met with support and well wishes. But here's another crazy thing about this van life or homeless blogging phenomenon. First off, we know glamorous homeless living would not fly for men. There is no world or reality that exists in which men would be able to brag about being homeless.
Exactly. You'd be dustier than dusty if men were homeless and trying to date. Okay.
On purpose. Like society would trash them. Both men and women would pretty much call them a bum. Secondly, homelessness is not something that impacts lazy, irresponsible, or mentally insane people. Estimates show that anywhere between 40 to 60% of people who experience homelessness actually have jobs. We can no longer assume that people are homeless because they are lazy and don't have a work ethic. Things are just a bit more complicated today. Estimates show that around 17% of Black women have experienced homelessness at one point in their life. And while Black people make up anywhere between 13 to 15% of the US population, they account for over 36% of all homelessness. Some people say they are able to make homelessness an enjoyable, stress-free situation, but homelessness obviously comes with a lot of risks, especially for women, including an increase of sexual abuse, violence, vulnerability. And here's an excerpt from an interview with a woman who passed through homelessness. And you see what she has to say. Homelessness in general comes with a ton of risk, particularly for women. And I do think these trends are speaking to deeper economic and social challenges that are going on in the community that really force people to rethink what and where they are placing their security. It is telling that so many people, including women, find themselves in situations where they feel they have no more options but to live on the street. I encourage women, especially young women, to really challenge the notions that were shared with them. Millennials, boomers, the whole independent, I can do bad by myself idea. I've said it before. Many of us who are taught that really are actually doing bad all by ourselves. And honestly, humans are not meant to operate like that. God did not create or intend for us to operate independently, fending for ourselves. And I think it's about time ladies know that while they have been trained and told that is the best way to live, that is not God's perfect intention. I am learning as a woman that there is provision and safety in following God's ways. For me as a wife, that means allowing the guidance and leadership of my husband. And for single ladies, that may mean staying connected or getting connected to healthy spiritual leadership that can keep watch over their emotional and spiritual well-being, and even provide some help or financial guidance while navigating these rough seasons. My point is, no one is meant to do life alone. Anyways, that's what I got. What do you think? Do you agree or disagree? Let me know down in the comment section. Thank you so much for listening. If you've got
Yep. Basically, what it is, then they don't believe in shame. Okay, like Shay Sade said, if it was a black man that was doing the exact same thing, he'd be called dusty and dirty and a bum. And this chick is actively dating and showing herself getting ready inside the gym locker room. And they know that she's homeless. She said it has no effect on her dating. So naturally, they don't feel any shame attributed with being in that circumstance. Oh, I'm homeless by choice. I made a decision. But they're saying a black man, if you make less than $50,000, you shouldn't date. Now this chick is homeless, don't have a place, and she dates. You got a black man would have a kid in the van, hauling him around in van life, put him on TikTok. They be calling CPS on him. How dare you abuse that child by making that child homeless? A black woman gets away with that stuff all day long and actually tries to make money from it. They turned it into a hustle because they've removed shame from all of their actions. I mean, look at like I said, look at the WNBA with Angel Reese. Okay, look at Glorilla. Well, look at Cardi B. Look at Megan Thee Stallion. Look at all this stuff, right? There is no shame. Even for top ranked stars having babies out of wedlock, there is no shame anymore. And the icing on the cake was that woman going over to Pakistan and showing her ass. And nobody feels shame. The black community has turned itself into one big joke. And then we wonder how come we're looked down upon. We make a joke of ourselves. We do something stupid, something crazy, something silly, and we laugh at it. Okay? A white woman would have gone over, done the same thing, and been shamed. okay? Been shamed by the whole community, especially the white women. They'd have shamed her ass. How dare you? To us, it's funny. Black men and black women are actually laughing at her. And then wonder how come our reputation abroad is like that. But these are the pictures, these are the things that we put out. This is the music that we put out. That's like when they look at our men as tricks and our women as hoes. And we wonder how come when people in Colombia, the black guys fly to Colombia, they notice that every time they go to Colombia, they got to get searched. Don't search nobody else, they search us. Why? Because we got their reputation. We go any place in the world, we got the side eye, okay? Black men cannot shower in foreign countries because they think that we're studs. Now, sometimes that reputation works for us, sometimes against us. And a lot of other people don't want us marrying their women is because they see they see our women, okay? That's how come they don't want you with their women. They see ours. They say, these are the women that you turn out. We don't want our women to be like this. We don't want Pookie and Ray Ray turning our women into women like this to go over and show their ass. We don't want our women acting like this. And to some sense, I can't blame them. Because one thing if the women are doing, but hell, I go on plenty of panels with regular black men that defend this freaking behavior. Or go on plenty of panels where black men are actually wilding and hollering over each other, and black men are sitting back and with their mouths closed like it's not happening. And then claim that this is a patriarchy. Claim that this is a patriarchy, that black men actually run shit. And when I go to panels, when it's a mixed panel, black men are running their mouths off 1,000 miles a minute, and black men ain't even checking them. And they get mad if you do check them. Now, that black woman should have been checked. If a black woman didn't do it, black men should have checked her. Black men should have shamed her into oblivion. We didn't. We started laughing because it's so common, because this is like our aunties and our mamas act. That's why it irritated me. How dare you go 7,000 miles in front of all these mics, in front of all this press, and show your ass? If it had been my daughter, I'd have got on the plane and went and got her ass. You are not going to embarrass my family, not going to embarrass our people like this by showing your ass in front of these cameras. I'd have got on a fucking plane and went and got her ass. I don't care how much money it took. I'd have got on a fucking plane, went to Pakistan, and hauled her ass on the goddamn plane and brought her ass back. You ain't going to do this. I don't care what you feel. And I have checked my daughter like that. Both my daughters. I don't give a fuck what you feel or how you feel, okay? I said, I know what I raised and I know what you represent, and you're not going to embarrass me like that. Anyway, I did my punch my clock. Nah, yeah, I would have disowned her like a white man would have, a white man would have disowned her, okay? A white father would have got on the fucking plane and got her ass, okay? I don't know who her folks were. Somebody should have started a GoFundMe to get a ticket going to Pakistan. I'd have helped pay for it. Get on a plane, go get her black ass and bring her black ass back and stop embarrassing us in front of the goddamn world. Said black men don't have shame because they have swallowed the black pill. Black men refuse to see for. I wish black women had swallowed the black pill. Okay, they have not. Black pill, you have to use logic to have a black pill mentality. Okay, this is the blue pill world that they've created for themselves. And the matrix does decay. The matrix decays just like anything else. Okay, so now you have a decayed blue pill world that's gone awry. Okay, and it needs the black pill people to come and actually rebuild it. Because if black women had really swallowed the black pill, they'd be mercenary, and they're not. Chick ain't mercenary. They're not even good nihilists. Nihilists eat, drink, and be merry. Okay, they do whatever it is. If you want to see a black pill chick, check out your strippers and hookers. Okay, those are black pill people. Because they stand on because there is a business end to what they do. Because these chicks are following. These are decayed, following blue pill chicks. They haven't swallowed no freaking black pill. If they had swallowed black pill, basically they'd be raising their sons to actually go out and do business in gathering wealth. Or they would be out there dating, sleeping with everybody for whatever. I mean, the whole market would be flooded with coochie. You couldn't keep up with it. They're not nihilists. Wish they were. Nihilists don't claim victimhood. Anyhow, let me get out of here, y'all. That's my hour. I will see you guys tomorrow. Okay? But sometimes this shit just irritates me. Okay? Sometimes this shit just irritates me. That they want to say how dusty we are and how bad we are and crap like that, man. And they have no shame. They claim that we're the problem, and they have no shame. Nihilists, the only thing about nihilists, man, they admit that they're out partying. They admit that they have a high body count. They admit that they're out living their best life. They admit that they're using people. They have no problem with that kind of crap. Okay, that's a nihilist. Okay, the Joker is a nihilist. These chicks ain't the Joker. Anyhow, let me get out of here. I will check you guys out tomorrow. Charles said he's going to be live streaming later on today, I should say. Anybody else pimping their channel before I bounce? All right. I guess not. All right, folks. We will see you guys tomorrow.
Muzyka Denis 7.
Read this one real quick. Black women can't even swallow the red pill. Old girl looked silly as heck, but that's the average black pedestrian politically. They hit us when we can't check when we check them. Yeah. I mean, this is unfortunately becoming more and more common. Okay, that shame keeps people in check. That's why I come shame rather than force. And black women don't really respect shame anymore. So, and you can't backhand them anymore. So, anyhow, we go ahead. I read that one, so we're gonna get out of here.
Muzyka Denis 7.